It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Love to hear from you, seeing what you're doing on this Sunday out in the garden. Give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And it is a very warm Sunday today.
Well, but seems like there's a little more breeze today.
Yes.
And maybe less humidity. But
that's true.
I was out in the garden until very late, fighting our leaf-footed bug friends. They had pretty much destroyed tomatoes in a neighbor's yard.
What tools?
I was fighting with spinosad.
Okay.
Or spinosad for the other name for it.
Have you had any? You had performance from spinosad that's positive?
Yeah. But leaf-footed bugs are hard to take care of.
Oh yeah, they're big, and they move fast.
Well, and the person I was fighting them for or on wants to keep those tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tomato plants, I should say. And I'm like, I could do that for you. No, my life was threatened if I disposed of those tomato plants.
Well, hopefully they won't get spider mites.
Well, and there was a lot of jalapenos. She had lots of jalapenos, so I harvested all those.
Yeah, the peppers are prospering in this weather. This is they even like the rain, but they especially like the heat.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going good. And the good news, one of the good news is if you're looking to plant a fall crop of tomatoes, Milberger's has an unbelievable selection of transplants. They're in 4-inch containers, but gosh, every one of the selections, probably every one of the selections that you had available to you in the spring, Tycoon and BHN 968s, Amelia, Celebrity. What are some of the others?
Tycoon, I saw there yesterday. I didn't look this morning. But Ruby Crush.
Was Ruby Crush there?
Oh, yeah. A lot of these are just a single flat.
Gosh, Sweet 100s.
Yeah, just a single flat of each, or half a flat. So I hate to say this, but make sure you come on by this week. And these are in 4.5-inch containers, which is the small ones.
We didn't check to see what else is to expect in terms. It's hard for me to believe that we won't be getting some 1 gallons. And
either that or the staff may upgrade them to ones to staff here.
They're pretty small, and what the recommendation is to get them into the garden or into containers by the first week in August at the latest, or the second week in August, and it's not too early to get them planted right now. Mm-hmm. And this weather is today, right now, feels very wonderful.
As a breeze wafts across the porch.
Well, look at it.
It's partial or mostly cloudy. And
Look at there.
What do they have in there?
Oleander, yeah.
Oleanders.
They're bright red.
It's always a debate on the pink or the red is more hardy. I just like the red. I mean, I just like the show.
Well, after the problem we had with the freeze, they talked about, well, stick to the pink and the red. Those are the ones that are the
right
hardiest and the ones that are most likely to be successful. So, of course, they're a good choice because of they're deer-proof, they're attractive, but you be a little careful with them. They're chemically pretty potent, and I don't know. Some folks might be allergic to the chemistry, and you don't want. Most pets do not pursue them if they can smell it or taste it. A minor taste, and they're through with it, which is good because they survive. But kids too, you don't want the children playing with them too much. What was I going? Oh, was that on sale too? The oleanders?
A couple weeks ago it was.
Yeah, not this week. No, it's not.
Because that was a real nice looking plant.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a gardener send in a photo of a plant with leaves like that, and I was I was going to pass it on to Mark, see if he identified it. Didn't show any blooms.
Yeah.
And it might be, it could even have been or Vitex.
Yeah. So, my first thought, if it had long, thin leaves like that, it was a desert willow. That would have been my guess. But, as you said, that's easily identified with a flower.
Yeah. But, so that is a... Then the other thing it looked like some of the milkweeds. Long, thin, especially the tropical milkweed, but a milkweed that had that many leaves on it, you would expect some blooms. Although, if it's in the shade, that may be a complication there. That may be why we're not seeing the blooms. And all those plants we've mentioned are really easy to identify if they're in full sun and they're in bloom, especially this time of the year because they're all hot weather bloomers.
Yeah. And it's also a large class, what's called Joe Pye weeds. It's a big family. That also has very narrow strips. Ironweed as well. Sometimes the two are conflated. Yeah. Blooms solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I was going to segue there. What else you got on sale?
On sale, we'll talk about that, but we're still waiting for some callers. And that's 210-308-8867. Well, while we wait, we'll go through our sales again. We have periwinkles are on sale. They come in shades of pink, white, rose, and red. Very deer and disease resistant. In a 4-inch pot, regularly $179, on sale $8 for $12. We have esperanzas on sale. The golden yellow flowers, springing through fall. Good for hummingbirds and butterflies. Number 2, regularly $24.99, on sale for $16.99. We also have the Mexican bird of paradise, also known as Pride of Barbados, and a number 2, regularly $19.99, on sale for $14.88. All salvias, including Gregii, Leucantha, Black and Blue, Russian Sage, and many more. They're on sale for $6.88 and a number 1, which are regularly $9.99. Then all blackberries are on sale and a number 1, regularly $12.99, on sale 20% off. And then Mark, we yesterday you talked about the variety that we had available here.
So a couple of weeks ago, three weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I went and checked all the blackberries, and we had 3, although there may be a few more in the. I didn't want to go into that patch. I wonder why. But we had the Navajo and the Arapaho. Those are thornless, and then we had the Kiowa, and that has thorns. Now, it has always been the rule of thumb, an old adage, that the thorny ones are sweeter. I mean, you always heard that, right?
Yeah.
No.
So, or you never have? Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe
I
it's
guess they might. No, I never really have. Now that I think of it, I was thinking that maybe I've heard they were more bland, but
okay. All right. Well, maybe that's where I was getting it from.
yeah. But of course, the problem that I ran when I got all excited about it 20 years ago when the thornless first showed up. But then I tried to grow them, and they kept producing later every year, and so they just kind of got to the point where they got too late to produce any fruit.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping some of these newer selections maybe have conquered that issue. Be interesting to hear from some gardeners that are growing the thornless, and have grown them for a couple of years, to see how the wind, has there been any change in the time of the year? You know, as in the past, every year they got to they produce their fruit a little later in the year, and then of course it gets impractical when it gets too much later. So that was a surprising problem that they had when they first came out. We'll have to pursue that, Mark, in the next
I was going to say,
few years.
I would really love someone out there to plant each one. Maybe one in the patch or the bed, and the other side on the other side.
Of course, it'd be a better test if at least if they had a row at least.
A row of each one?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be even better. Come on down to Millburgers.
Yeah.
They're on sale.
They're on sale 20% off. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Let's remind everybody, too, about that phone service that Millburgers has.
Oh, yeah.
That, during the course of the year, Millburgers gets in almost every plant you can imagine, all the vegetables, the flowers, seeds, all the transplants, the greenhouse plants.
Yes.
And they're not always here all year. So they've imposed or put together a service where you can leave your name and the name of the plant you're interested in, and they'll give you a call when it shows up, and then you can decide. They'll set it aside for you if you want to go ahead and purchase it. You're not locked into purchasing it, of course, but most gardeners, when they're seeking out a specific species or variety of plant, love to get it. And just a lot of times it's just like the experience with the tomatoes or the blackberries. Mm-hmm. There's not always unlimited supply of the favorite selections. So the folks that put in the word and they'll get the call, and then they get the opportunity to come and pick them up too. And they're very careful about this process, and seems to really work and be conscientious in terms of contacting those gardeners that leave their phone number. So don't hesitate to do that. Mm-hmm. What number do they call, Alex?
That number for the Millburgers wait list is 210-497-3760. Again, that's 210-497-3760. That's the number to call for Millburgers the store. And what are some items or plants that some people would be expecting to see show up here soon?
Or maybe when it does, some of the pollinator plants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of one in particular that
What?
the dwarf red and the dwarf blue.
Yeah. The
What is it again? Porterweed. There we go.
Porterweed. Porterweed is one that people are all excited about. And the milkweeds.
Yeah.
You know, we usually get butterfly weed, and we usually get some of the exotic milkweeds.
We've had tropical for a couple of weeks already.
Yeah, tropical is here, so that's available. And the Esperanza is just glowing down there in our path. Yeah.
Right before we went on the air, there was a gentleman. He had, it looks like a number 2, but it was like 30 inches tall and full of yellow bell-shaped flowers. Cal and I, we look at it, goes, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, they're hard to beat in terms of spectacular. And there are, we sometimes undersell their value as a pollinator plant, but hummingbirds love them.
Yep.
And there's I guess it's at least one species of butterfly that's their favorite nesting or egg laying site. I'm trying to remember, it's not the Brazilian skipper, is it?
No.
That's the
Canna. Yeah.
Canna plant. But that's the one that kind of limits its egg laying to the Esperanza. So that's good. And of course, it's really hard to beat those. Golden blooms all summer.
Yeah, it is definitely a South Texas bloomer. Firebush, Esperanza, Pride of Barbados, Theralis. I always put Theralis at the end, and you always remind me of that.
Duranta.
Yeah, Duranta is another one.
Now, Firebush is finally putting some growth on now. The foliage comes out gangbusters about this time of year, and it has this red color to the green leaves, and it'll soon be blooming. It's one of my favorite to plant in a container on the patio in full sun, because of those hummingbirds, especially when they're migrating, when we get the ruby throat and the black chin and the rufous hummingbird all migrating through at the same time. There's all these dog fights and for those firebush blooms. And we always have 2 or 3 different types of firebush here at Millburgers, too. That's another one of the plants that it's on the call list. And now, how did we do, Mark, on the, I think, our pink Ruellia, Dwarf Ruellia, surprisingly made it through. We were speculating that it usually gets sold off the pink pretty quick.
I was going to say there's even a white, but no, it's just a white tag that I thought. So it's blue and pink, or purple.
Yeah, it's my favorite is that purple.
But there's a lot of people who love that pink.
That's for sure. Now, I haven't noticed is the skull cap still on sale?
Skull caps are not on sale. No, they were on sale for a lot of weeks.
So our hummingbird. What was it? Was the hummingbirds on this skull cap?
Yeah, the hummingbirds. Every.
I heard it wasn't on sale anymore, so they've switched to a different plant, I guess.
I haven't really seen any hummingbirds this past week. Well, mainly around here.
I've had a lot of them at my house, and I've got this problem. I spent an hour trying to repair my hummingbird feeders because I believe it's a raccoon that's just notorious. I mean, just seems to have this need to tear down my hummingbird feeders, and I mean, even it goes so far as to break the glass and everything. I can't imagine what other species it would be. I do have quite a few raccoons in the neighborhood, and I know my West Highland Terrier Tilly is not very comfortable with it. She doesn't like raccoons either.
Did she ever run in early in her life with one?
No, not she. She's not. No, my previous generation,
right, yeah.
Maggie didn't hesitate a minute. Yeah, just turn me loose. I'll take care of those raccoons, Dad. Oh, and then of course, Maud, my Airedale, she didn't. That was they're no problem, Dad. I'll just take care of those for you.
That's a little toy I like to play with.
Yeah, but they can be pretty. They can get pretty ornery too or just like they like harassing the dogs and the gardeners and they get used to. I guess they might. I don't know if that they're drinking any sugar water. Another thing that really goes after the sugar water is the golden-fronted woodpeckers. They're a serious sugar water drinkers.
I like that. We'll talk about them a little bit after this break. We're waiting your calls at 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. I'd like to say that our rain chances should be done for the foreseeable future, but Mark.
So I apologize. Much like the kids today, I was looking at my phone during the break, and something popped up. I heard about this earlier this morning, and I didn't quite believe it. But there is a tropical storm developing near the panhandle of Florida. Now, the weather conditions are such that there's going to be these highs moving in, and so it's going to bounce along the top of the Gulf Coast. And it's showing, they got the infamous cone of travel, but it is showing that it could hit Houston Friday morning. That would extend into the hill country. Therein lies the point. So that with all our wonderful saturated soils, a tropical storm would just benefit so much. That's sarcasm, folks. But maybe we can get that Canyon Lake full.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking. I think what was it? I think we were 9 feet
below
from our average.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. You corrected me.
And moving up.
Yeah.
Still moving up.
Yeah. So maybe we can even get Medina Lake a little fuller. Wouldn't that be something?
I think there was a some report in the paper that said they're finally it was getting some.
Finally, and because of the Medina River is such a small watershed, you literally have to rain right on top of it, a lot of it. Well, guess what? What happened this week?
Rain right on top of it.
Or last week, no. Yeah, it rained right on top of it. So it benefited Medina Lake a lot.
Did the article also mention that for the first time in like a number of years they actually let some water flow out? Or was that one of the other lakes?
No. The Canyon. The Canyon. They got to close to 909. I think it was 907. Now 909 is conservation pool. When it gets above 909 feet, that's called the flood pool. Now that's still a lot. You still can even go higher, but they're thinking about letting a little bit out, just in case, out of the dam.
Yeah, if the I guess it'd be good, if with that tropical storm in a week or so, if we got more rain, and then we got it on the well-placed area in terms of filling the aquifer, that the potential would be there for us to get up to average levels.
Yeah, we're average. We're number average. Yeah.
So
we've been hoping to get up to average for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So with that possible chance of more precipitation, what can people be doing, I guess, to take care of their yard right now after dealing with all the rain we just had?
Well, what I did, I went and turned off my drip irrigation, although that is not always, if you have your drip irrigation, say you do it once on your watering day, or you do it two for, I think, drip irrigation, they allow you to. But if it's mostly for containers and for, containers don't have much of a reservoir, especially if your containers have zinnias in there and even pentas and the deer-proof ones that are on sale.
The Cora. The periwinkle.
Yeah. Even they will dry out in 2 days with this heat that we have.
Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning, is watering all the containers. It's been 48 to 72 hours since the last rain, so went ahead and watered the containers.
Yeah, that's one disadvantage of containers. The rain does not always last. The reserve does not always last a long time, so you do have to water it quite frequently, even when we're in the middle of a rainy area, and especially for those large plants. Like the big.
I have Dreamland in a container, and I really have to watch the watering.
Well, even like tropical milkweed gets quite large in a container.
Yeah.
And it always surprises me when it's only been 2 days since I have watered it, and it's wilting already. But that's part of the process. Now the hand watering is allowed, but it's certainly easier if you don't have to do it every 2 days or every 3 days.
That's true. We'll continue on that right now. But 210-308-8867. We have Tom on the line. Tom, it's good to hear from you. How are we doing?
I had a question. I had I'd have to say an infestation of whitefly on my grapefruit tree. And I tried a few I tried a few rounds of neem oil, and they didn't really seem to knock that out, so I went and bought some Liquid 7. And I sprayed it kind of from the underside up, as I did with the neem oil.
Good.
And then, and that seemed to have knocked it out. I've applied a couple of doses of that, with a week, 5 to 7 days in between. And there's very few on there now. But what I've noticed is the underside of a lot of the leaves that used to have the white, cottony looking things underneath now it's turned black, a lot of it. It appears black. And going back to elementary biology back in many, many years ago, I thought the leaves kind of breathe from the underside of the leaf, I think. Or they take in the carbon dioxide and put out.
Yeah, the vast majority of stomata are underneath.
Yeah, so I was just wondering. I mean, this is probably an 9 foot tall tree, and it's got thousands of leaves. I didn't know if there's something I should do. It doesn't look unhealthy or anything like that, but I just thought these leaves just might not be as healthy as they could. Or maybe it's a long-term thing that I need to worry about. I was just wondering if there's anything I should do about them now that the whitefly appear to be pretty much gone.
I think those are the carcasses of the whiteflies and the carcasses of their eggs, the black.
Okay. Yeah.
So nice, strong, which also is beneficial. Nice, strong spray of water underneath. That'll clear it up.
I think God's been providing that lately, but
well, not.
I don't know. I mean
underneath, yeah.
Yeah. I'm I have a hose end sprayer that I can get under there with pretty easily, and it shoots up a pretty heavy spray.
It's also been shown to be very beneficial as an insecticide, if you will, on plants like that, aphids and whiteflies.
Why do so many folks rely on neem oil?
I was restraining myself. Yeah,
I thought I heard y'all say use neem oil and it would kind of break the cycle, but maybe not. And I had some neem oil, a few bottles of it sitting on the shelf, and I thought, what the hell, might as well apply it because I don't use it for much of anything else. But it's really just.
I think I was trying to remember. We used it in some mixes at the beginning, didn't we? But
well, it can be used as a horticultural oil in the wintertime.
Okay. So,
if you don't have horticultural oil, neem oil works really good.
You mean for like?
Yeah, like scale and aphid eggs and things like that. Mostly scale.
Yeah, I think I'm sure I looked up. I did the Google search, of course, and it gives you a variety of things. And since I had it, and it mentioned the search mentioned it, it was like, well, what the hell? Let's go.
It certainly doesn't hurt anything.
Oh, it just didn't solve the problem either. And the tree looks pretty darn healthy. Yeah. But I just thought, man, those leaves, just the underside of them, black and white and mostly black. And not all the leaves.
Remind me what the tree is?
It's a citrus.
It's grapefruit.
Grapefruit. Is it bloom sweet or?
Oh, I don't even know. It's like I think it's a Rio Red, probably.
Yeah, okay. Ruby Red or Rio Red, one of those two.
Yeah, something
those
like that.
Those are the two most popular. Oh, is that on sale?
Sorry?
No.
I'm trying to get Alex to wake up.
No, I've been awake, but no, they're not on sale.
Oh, they're not on sale. Okay. So your interesting fact for today.
They seem like.
I was going to say the neem tree is related to the China berry tree and other trees in the Indian subcontinent that they often feed the leaves to cattle to take care of parasites. So for those people in the Midwest suffering from the cyclosporia, sporaceus, eat a little neem oil. And maybe mix it up with some vinegar and balsamic vinegar and on your salad that's already infected, and it'll take care of it right off.
This is not an official recommendation by this radio
the doctor.
show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will try the underneath spray, and it'll help clean up some of them. I know I'll try to rub some of them, but I think I might be doing more damage.
Yeah, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to do.
Have you got fruit on it, on the grapefruit?
It's interesting. I probably had 5 or 6 dozen grapefruit last year, and this year I've got like 6, and they're both. And it's almost like when the blossoms and the blossoms are so fragrant. I mean, it's just amazing. But when the blossoms opened up, it's like they were gone within a couple of days. Uh-huh. And I think something, a weather-related event may have happened. And I've got the same thing with some of my mandarin trees that, had great production last year. I know they're cyclical and every other year kind of thing, but I didn't think it'd go from heavy load to just about nothing.
I'll be darned.
Pardon?
I was the only variety that I have left of citrus after those freeze periods is the limes, and they're loaded. They surprised me too because the Mexican lime, they're loaded with fruit right now.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't use as many limes as I eat in the mandarins. I just love those things.
Aren't they wonderful?
Oh yeah. They're wonderful.
Even if I have like 4 trees planted, and if 1 or 2 of them produce each year, I'll be thrilled.
Are they in the garden or in the containers?
They're in the ground.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I've got the nuisance of covering them as the cold fronts come in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all price to pay when you start harvesting. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you, guys.
I think you're on the right track regarding a weather event, but I can't think of the weather events this spring.
Well, I don't remember there being one either. I just know I saw a couple of blooms, and then I saw nothing. And then as time went on and the grapefruit started growing, I can look at the tree and I see there's nothing on 95% of it, and then I've got one little spot that's got about a half a dozen or so grapefruit hanging off of it. And I just don't remember seeing the blossoms that I saw last year. But, this is in the springtime. I don't remember seeing them. And the same thing with some of the one of the mandarin trees. That was the one that produced the most last year. Didn't have the blossom activity that I had in the past. So, if it's that cyclical, you have one good year, one bad year kind of a thing. That's not it. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's certainly been a period of challenges and unpredictability. Now, the thing that I really lost most of and have no production left with my peaches. Part of it was I let them dry. I didn't do a good job of watering them last summer, and so they're pretty. And then they got hit by freezes too.
Inclement weather.
Yeah, it was not real strong freezes, but the timing must have been perfect and late for it, and because they really did not fare very well at all this spring.
Yeah, it's going to be harder and harder to cover these trees this year when I get so limited production out of them. You know what I mean? Your incentive seems to be taken away from you. But I'll try to do what I can and protect them, and hopefully next year I'll have a better crop.
Sounds good.
Hopefully. All right.
Keep us informed.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for your call. 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Give us a call at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Should we continue our talk about cyclospora or
talk about what?
the cyclospora going around or not?
Say again. I'm sorry. Say again.
The cyclospora.
Oh,
no.
Diarrhea.
or the the bug that's going around.
I actually had a pretty bad night last night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That surprised me a little bit. I was trying to figure out what
Probably surprised the dog.
was food poisoning or what it was, but man, it was potent. And but a lot of folks are having problems with it. They've kind of I was going to say blame, but identified what the lettuce from one of the particular specific
Suppliers.
companies.
Yeah.
And especially the lettuce that's channeled through Taco Bell.
Oh yes, somebody late last night gave the list of all the restaurants that had been supplied by this particular farm in Salinas.
They didn't. Did they?
Oh, I know. I memorized them all. Yeah.
I think I went to one of those after seeing the list, so I was a little waiting to see what would happen.
Well, at least there's been no deaths from it so far. So.
True.
That we know of.
But
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just amazing that it doesn't happen more often, just because of all the complex shipping involved and
Right.
packaging.
It's the
Different elements.
industrialization of farming.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, what? We have a question? Encourage her to come up there.
Yes.
We don't bite. Come on.
We have a guest coming up.
We can't hear you unless
That's
you use
true.
the microphone.
You got to be able to hear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, your husband said you had some questions about turf grass.
Yeah, we live in a real sandy area. We live east of San Antonio, and we've been trying different types of grass. And one, they seem to be super invaded with weeds. Number one, two, it's turning brown. And I know it does that during the summer, but what I'm trying to figure out is what is the best type of grass seed to put into a yard that's primarily sandy. But also, we're trying to look for something that's weed resistant, deer resistant, and drought resistant, if at all possible.
Well, probably not.
Oh, probably nothing, huh?
No, I mean, this is not the easiest place to grow lawn. It's a constant challenge, and especially sand. Is it at full sun?
Full sun.
Yeah, but do you have access to water all the time? Or
Well, I don't have well water, but we do water our yard twice a week.
twice a week you get that?
And that was another question I was wondering. Is it better to water more frequently, a light amount of water? Or is it better to water once or twice a week and kind of drench it?
It depends on how much soil you have. If you have a lot of soil, a soil reservoir, and you can take advantage of the water and store it, then you can water infrequently. But on sand, the sand, it generally moves. Water moves right through it.
Yeah.
So you're quite often you're better off with just the frequent watering.
Frequent watering. Okay.
Yeah. And Bermuda grass is the.
We do have Bermuda grass.
Yeah.
But I think there are multiple strains of Bermuda grass. And I've also read up on, is it zoysia? Something like that. I didn't know if that was a better and more tolerant type of grass.
Well, zoysia.
Zoysia.
I don't know that it's. I grew it. I really liked it on the lawns I had. I had several different kinds, but in terms of sand, I think Bermuda is probably
better to stick with Bermuda.
The better choice.
Is there a certain strain of Bermuda that we should be looking at?
I don't know. I think they're pretty. All of them are pretty good in terms of meeting. Yeah, they can go if they need to. They can go dormant if there's not water available,
Right.
and they come back gangbusters. I'm sure you saw that with the rains when they came back.
We did.
Yeah. Well, and if you don't have enough Bermuda grass, I'll give you some from my vegetable garden.
Yeah, that's a fact. My flower bed has a ton of it. That's what I don't understand. It grows beautifully in my flower beds and less in my yard, which is a little bit frustrating for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got the same situation. And part of that is that the Bermuda grass really is effective at taking advantage of whatever nutrients are available. And if you're like me, your vegetable garden gets a lot of
Attention.
compost and things like that, so that Bermuda grass is really prospering in there.
Yeah.
It's always a strange situation when you've got you're moaning and groaning about the Bermuda grass that's the biggest weed in your yard, but then you're also trying to grow a nice lawn. But I have, of course, I'm in the shade now, so Bermuda grass is not a good choice for me usually. But yeah, I think you're gonna. It is a constant challenge. How deep is the soil?
So how far does it down to the clay pan?
Yeah, that's what I don't know. How far down to the clay do you think we are? I mean, it's
Deep?
Yeah, it will go anywhere from 2 feet to 20 feet.
Yeah, it's probably
and depending on where you are in your area too. And
it's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what trees are growing in there in that sand?
Live oak, no, post oak.
you got post oak, blackjack oak, black hickory, and you got live oak.
Yeah, it's
well. Don't cross your eyes at the post oak.
They're sensitive, very sensitive tree.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah, so you do something next to them, make a bed or a driveway or something, and then they give up the ghost. So I was just going to say the one thing, and you kind of alluded to it, or Calvin kind of alluded to it. One of the best things you can do is twice a year add compost.
Yeah.
Okay.
A quarter of an inch, half inch,
have you ever
half
done
inch.
it?
I haven't. We actually just moved on to this lot. It was a real fast move for us, and it's an acre.
Yeah.
It's a full acre.
See, that's another reason why you should have the Bermuda. And answer your question, yeah, there's a couple different like sterile ones, sterile seed that they won't produce seed once they get going. A lot of times, though, plain old common Bermuda just takes over time. Just more aggressive. So I wouldn't spend a lot of money getting Bermuda or getting seed. I would put some of the, and they're Indian names mostly, like Comanche, and I forget another one.
But I think you would be well off investing a little bit of like an inch or so of compost every couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I would do it. I would do an inch a year, but break it up in half inches.
Oh, okay. And what time of the year is best for that?
I'm always comfortable with February, but almost any time.
Yeah.
Almost any time.
Only any time except next month is generally we recommend it. So as opposed to fertilizer, compost can be put in earlier in the year, and that's when we like February and November are two great times.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what we do, is we put in a half an inch in November and a half an inch in February?
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's my method.
Okay.
I would just go ahead and put the 2 inches in. Rather than do the.
Well, probably given we're so much sand, that might hold some of the moisture.
Yeah,
better.
you just put it in there, incorporate it into the sand, and gosh, it'll respond.
Wait a minute.
But of
What's
course,
that music sound?
It doesn't stay forever.
We're going to go to a break real quick. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas, live from Millburgers Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
All right.
Alex Escobar, Dr. Calvin Finch, and Mark Peterson. Give us a call.
Mark was getting out of control.
210-308-8867. I believe we have James on the line. James, thank you for holding.
Morning.
Morning.
Good
Afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. How are we doing?
Yeah, everything's doing pretty good out here. How y'all doing?
I was just getting out of control talking about a yard, lawns.
It's better today than it was yesterday in terms of the weather. Little breeze.
Yeah, it's nice out there. Hey, I'm getting back to you guys on that leaffoot bug trap I talked about yesterday. The name of the outfit that sells them.
What is it?
Alpha Sense, ALPHA.
What is it?
And Sense, ALPHA.
Okay.
Oh.
SCENTS.
All right.
Sense.
Well, that's good to know because, like I said this morning or earlier on the show, that's what I was doing. I was using horticultural soap and spinosad that I like to talk about, and it worked okay. I wasn't.
Yeah, this guy supplies traps and pheromones to the growers up in that Oregon area. They grow quite a few trees up in that part of the country.
Well, there's also some good fruit up that way, so I can imagine that those traps would be very beneficial for them.
Yeah, almonds, pistachios, pomegranates, orange, corn, cotton,
Yeah.
eggplant, peaches, pecans, tomatoes.
Yeah.
Those are the targets of the leaf-footed bug.
Right. So that's, I say, that's a good selection, and you are going to use them, or are you just looking to look for different treatments?
No, I've got one out here.
Okay.
They're good for just about all year long. The nymphs have 5 instars, so you can catch them when they get big enough.
Well, that's a good. How's it working out for you so far, or can you tell?
Yeah, you have to empty the cup. It's a big trap. It's a pretty big trap, and you put a pheromone in there, and then there's a cup at the bottom. You call it a cup. You take that off, and you empty the dead bugs out. Mm-hmm. And that's always a happy day.
It is. It is. Well, it's satisfying. How about that?
Yeah, they're called panel traps. They're just a big, kind of a big box with slick sides. They spray them with Teflon so the bugs go in, can't get out. It's real simple.
That sounds like a nice marketing. Bugs fly in, can't get out.
But now nobody can tell me that they're having leaf-footed bug problems because I gave them the answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, that's a nice
name. Spell that company again for us, please.
It's Alpha.
ALPHA. Alpha Sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first sense. Yeah, the guy that runs it is a PhD. So they're not just.
I'm sure they're all brilliant.
Marketers.
Yeah, no, that's no help. But I won't hold it against them.
Well, I thought Dr. Finch was PhD.
I am.
Yeah, then we tried to.
That's what I thought. That takes a while to get that one.
It does. I never wanted to wait. I started.
But when it comes to where to put them, the traps, and the time of the year, you need to check with your extension agent or your master gardeners. They can give you the local information and recommendations, I think.
No. We
occasionally
occasionally
know all
listen.
that.
Yeah, we occasionally listen to them.
We actually help teach those classes.
But that's good. Yeah.
Oh, one more thing.
So I can never make a complaint about a leaf-footed bug again because James will just call up and go,
I told you so.
I told you so.
They transmit a pathogenic yeast when they bite the fruit, and that affects especially the tomato. It makes it where you don't really want to eat that damn thing.
No, you don't even want to look at it. That's what I did this morning.
So is it?
I got some of the fruit off.
It's not accurate to say that they're injecting their digestive juices and then they're harvesting the product.
Well, the book says pathogenic, and I'm no PhD, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that's well, all those stink bugs that have a similar process like that, but they are hard to control. I'm surprised. Mark was saying that he had
limited success, a good success,
with.
I had the horticultural soap and spinosad that I talk about.
The spinosad, yeah.
So it was okay.
I tried spinosad in the past and really didn't have much luck with it. I always had much better luck with my.
She was what?
What I used on my peaches all the time.
Yeah. Now, as soon as I said it, it's not 7. It's not carbaryl. It's
I used to alternate it with 7 back when 7 was easily available, but gosh, I can't think of it now. The old age is catching up.
Yeah, it starts with an M.
That 7 is pretty hard on the bees. It's my bee book has got it in the same. Listen, it's got it in the same category as DDT. So it's real hard on the bee populations, and that's what you need for your pollinators is more bees. So the best thing to do is not try to eliminate them with poisons.
So, judicious use at the very last need, and don't do it, or do it early in the morning. So that's my advice for using those harsher chemicals.
Well, we had bees out here in the country for a long time, and then they started spraying with the airplanes, and I haven't seen a honeybee in
that's wrong.
3 years.
Well, they're all in my backyard. That's why.
Oh, okay.
All in my coral vine.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Club Finch. They're all hanging out. Okay. Well, share some for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's what I say. Oh, well, that's what I got for you guys today to follow up on that information where you can get them traps.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Do appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Calvin, was there anything in your article that we missed or something that you wanted to point out that we didn't get to the chance?
See, I had one of the... All I got to do is find them. What was it I wanted to bring up? We talked about the tomatoes and taking down the sunflowers and pigweed. And we talked about the condalia and surface water levels, time of the year, continue to comply with. Oh yeah, we want to note tell everybody to continue to comply with the drought restrictions. Hopefully, we'll be at the point where they will be reducing or eliminating the drought restrictions at some point. But for now, we got to stay in compliance and kind of remind your fellow gardeners too, if they because we don't want to. The other thing we want to be careful about the spraying and things that we were talking about here. If we can, we mentioned the spinosad. That's a good option. Relatively low toxicity, but effective in a lot of cases, and it is not a real threat to butterflies. So. That's a good one. But always have when you're using your pesticides, always have a specific target in mind. As the really problem with using pesticides when you use them for a general spray. One of the toughest things to deal with are mosquitoes. Now, we haven't heard. There was a lot of new technology or a lot of different options last couple of years, but we haven't heard a lot about them since. It'd be good to get another report on what's new in control of mosquitoes, because the mosquito is a real threat in terms of the viruses and other. And
I think we even asked a couple weeks back for some home remedies people have for mosquito repellents.
Yeah, because I was being inundated in my backyard. Malathion is the chemical that you were looking for.
Yeah, the malathion is the...
Google is wonderful.
It's effective, but of course it's... You got to make sure that you're using it as per the instructions and only using it where you need to use it. It is a potent chemical and very effective for peaches.
Yeah, again, with any of these chemicals, use according to label instructions. But my rule of thumb is very early in the morning before the bees get going.
Well, if I remember right, one of our horticulturists over there for the Extension Service in Uvalde,
Larry
is still
Stein.
He still talks about doing it in the evening. Yeah. Rather than in the morning.
Well, evening or early in the morning. So, as I was mentioning, I went, you could also do it in the evening. That goes along with my watering instructions. People ask, when's the best time? I go, dawn and dusk.
One of the things that has changed, back when I was in the business, we generally started spraying when the blooms came on. Now And last time I talked to Larry, he was talking about generally most of the peach growers, I guess, are spraying when they drop the petals, some of the petals. So they're delaying that spraying start, which really helps on the protecting the bees. So that that's it's not a selfish thing to protect the bees, because you need the bees on your fruit trees for them to be successful in terms of pollinating and producing fruit. So that's one of the reasons to be real careful there. Plus there's no reason to spray more than you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get extra control. There's no advantage if it's not affecting your regular crops. So, but yeah,
you mentioned that we're still in stage 3. Thumbnail sketch. So the stages are based on the levels of the aquifer, and it's still 640, 650, and 660 on the stages. Do you remember? But we have to be 10 days. The bottom line, we have to be 10 days above.
Yeah, I suspect what we'll get is we'll get some serious discussions when the levels solidify a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do get to if we get close to the average level, and especially if that tropical rain that you're talking about comes about. But so that would be great news. And even if I think there'll probably be an adjustment even if we stay at this level we're at.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll happen. I think we will continued to get some increase in the aquifer levels, and then there'll be an assessment of where we should be in the restrictions.
Right, and it's based on what the forecast is, what we think, as in SAWS think the demand will be, and then we confer with the mayor, our CEO Robert confers with the mayor, and then before we go in and we go out of various stages. So it's a process. In other words, it's once you go in, say, oh, it's 649. Now we're in stage 3. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be in and out of stages for a while. Particularly going back in, going up. Has to be 10 days.
Well, and also it's important to be in communication with the Edwards Aquifer Authority, and everybody kind of usually coordinates a little bit. SAWS has a number of different water resources, so the aquifer level, the Edwards aquifer level, doesn't always have to be the key factor, but they like to have the Edwards and our fellow partners all around the region to be in sympathy or
and be conversation and have a consensus, albeit it may not be conclusive, unanimous. It'll be a consensus.
Yeah, well, generally SAWS is more restrictive in the water use than a lot of the other area water purveyors.
And we don't necessarily have to abide by, because of that, we don't have to say when the EAA goes in stage 4, we have to go in stage 4. We actually say because of our diversity, we can stay in stage 3 for a longer period of time.
Well, yeah, and we're most interested in we're not consuming more water than
what's needed.
It's fair, and then that's what we want everybody. One of the real advantages of this area has been that we've cooperated with all the other water purveyors, and we did some pretty serious negotiation a few years ago, and came up with this process. So it's been working, and hopefully now it's much easier, of course, if we get the aquifer level up now, and so we can have some relief.
Yeah.
And go back to the average. This is where we expect the aquifer to be, and hopefully it'll stay there for a few years.
Hopefully so. We just got to wait and see. 210-308-8867. We're going to be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas right here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867. We have the other James on the line. James, it's good to hear from you.
Likewise. Hey, I got a rain report real quick from our flood this week,
Yes.
or some people's flood. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Perfect. I am roughly about 4 miles east of the Atascosa-Medina County line as a crow flies. And over the past week, or rain episode we just had, I'm estimating I only got, and I'm not complaining, because I got to mow again, and I just mowed 3 days ago, it seems like. I only got like 2 inches of rain, but it was good, because I know people just 5 miles to the west of me got 3 times that much. I didn't need that much. Anyway, that's my rain report.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to get more. I thought that's what you were going to say. Is that although I have sandy soil, I had so many inches of rain. So, I'm pleased to hear that.
2 inches is perfect, really, in a week's time.
It is. Yeah,
That's
with your
good.
soil, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Pomegranate tree. Oh God, I'm back on my pomegranate. It's getting the better of me mentally, I guess. Or anyway, okay. So this is my dilemma. I've been reading some more, and they say when the fruit kind of go from round to square, rocky they call it, signs that they're ripening. So my larger fruit, I just picked one from the lower hanging branch because something's already nibbling on it, i.e. probably a squirrel. So I have it in my hand. I cut it up right before I called you. So I want to test it. It's going to be in my test case. And so how do you cut these things? I got a pocket knife in hand and a bag here. Do you split them down the middle or crosswise? What do y'all recommend? I want to taste one of these things.
So what are you going to use the fruit for? I mean,
to spit in my mouth.
Okay,
It's a test. This one's getting eaten anyway, so I figured I may as well take it off.
Yeah. I don't get a lot of them, but I only got a couple trees. But I just open them up and kind of bite out take a gnaw out the seed and the jelly.
So the question is, do you cut it like a grapefruit in half, crosswise, or do you top through like a tomato?
Or like an apple.
Yeah.
From the top.
Yeah, good.
I
Good
just
example.
kind of hack through, yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, why don't you like cut it like you said, like through the apple, but make it in quarters. Maybe
From the top down.
Yeah.
From the top.
Yeah, and then
All
doing
right.
a quarter, and I think that would be easier way to get all the fruit. But I don't do a whole lot. Maybe once a year, eat a pomegranate. So I can't be helpful on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
They're not easy to cut into those squares.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of
Okay, well,
get access to those seeds with the gel around them.
okay. I cut it open. I split it down the middle from top to the bottom. And from what I can tell with my very limited experience is this thing is not ripe because the seeds inside, or whatever they're called, they're not red. They're kind of a pink translucent. So that's telling me it's not.
Do they have any taste to them yet?
I'll tell you in 1 second.
Okay, while he's eating there, now the color of the seeds will be dependent on the variety that you get. So some of them are pink, some of them are red. So don't let that be your judgment.
Okay, they start out sweet, and then they go to a tart, and then they have a hard seed in the middle. Does the hard seed indicate they're not ripe, or are they supposed to be a hard seed in the middle?
Yeah, I'm saying they're ripe.
Hard
what do you
seed,
think?
yeah, hard seed. I just swallowed the seed. Some people
spitting them out.
Spit it out, yeah.
I'm spitting them out in this bag here. Okay, they do taste sweet and juicy.
Oh, that's
and then
good.
they go to tart.
Yeah,
I was thinking because they're
perfect.
I was thinking because they're not red, they're not ripe. But you're saying that may not be the case. Okay, I need to do a little more research because this tree was tagged as a Purple Heart, and I've learned that an alternate name for the same tree or variety is Sharp Velvet. So I guess I need to do a little more research and see what the the seeds are supposed to be when it's ripe. See if I can find some info on that.
I think it's ripe right now. I think you've called it.
Okay, because everything I've read and plus talking to y'all in the past, they say they're not really ripe till September, October. But these fruit, even especially the larger ones, they're gone from round to like a square, if you will, lack of a better description. The sides are flattening, I guess, on all four sides. When they say that's
I'm with you too. There's always a challenge to protect them through September and October from the squirrels, raccoons, and every coyotes, whatever you got.
Well, actually, the one that I'm eating on right now, snacking on, actually had a couple of bites out of it because it was only about maybe a foot off the ground on a low branch. So something's getting it already. So I've read some people put plastic bags around the fruit to keep the critters away. Do y'all think that would be detrimental to the fruit?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's just detrimental to your labor and time.
That's not.
Yeah, but
I don't have that many. Calvin, I only have about a dozen on there.
Yeah. If you want to do an experiment, you wouldn't have to do all of them. You could do a few of the best ones. Just see if if they lasted better or they tasted better, or if you did it that way.
Okay, they are good. I do like them, but I'm wondering if they're not fully ripe because the hard seed inside is almost the entire seed, if you will, including the flesh on the outside. So I'm wondering if they'll get larger over time and have more flesh than hard pit, if you will.
It sounds to me like what I would expect. And I'm always kind of, well, is this all there is?
Okay, so that's normal for them to have a large seed inside.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you for keeping us apprised of the situation.
All right, thank you. 210-308-8867. Calvin, I know you said you wanted to talk about...
I wanted the article, and I don't think we mentioned it much, but the article we talk a little bit about the controlling the winter weeds.
Yes.
It'll be, and I think August is when we, targeting September 1st, I usually do. I think Mark would target a little earlier.
No, for the pre-emergence, I think.
Yeah.
I would do it probably a little later again, just like the tomatoes. So, I'm probably going to do September 15th or second week of September because I still think second week of September is in the throes of the summer.
Yeah, keep your lawn. Mark mentioned and emphasized the importance of mowing, especially with the rain we've been having.
That's what I'm doing after this show today.
Yeah, because if you're going to apply a pre-emergent, for it to be effective, you want to make sure you don't have 6 inches of lawn there so that the granules have so much trouble getting down to the soil. So keep it mowed, and then apply it, whatever your target is. Look at the label and see, and at your targeted weeds. Now you will get a lot of You will get a lot of winter weeds or weeds up now because of I'm trying to think of mostly they look like grassy weeds, but they're coming up now. So that you'll want to keep those mowed so that you can apply that pre-emergent and have it penetrate, get down to the soil, and then that'll help control our usual weeds, the bluegrass and the
Poa.
Yeah, and there's so many thistle and bed straw.
Yeah.
All those weeds will be coming later too. So keep that in mind. Check out, look at Dimension and look at Barricade, and see what else your favorite nursery has in terms of the pre-emergent herbicide for the winter weeds. And I think we have both Barricade and Dimension.
Yeah. Did we have Crew? But
yeah,
in the
we used to have Crew. I don't know if we have it still.
We'll look on our way out. But the Crew is nice because it has both grassy and broadleaf pre-emergent herbicides in there.
Basically, all three of those do a pretty good job on both the grassy and the broadleaf weeds. But then some of the others target the broadleaf, so you want to make sure you get the right one. Look at the prices too, because there's quite a variation in the prices, and some of them can be very expensive, and some of them can want you to they have to buy a huge quantity that you don't necessarily need. So keep all that in mind. But anyway, put that on your tentative calendar, and then there's other lawn care efforts that you want to put on your calendar too. Make a note. Now, if you've had trouble with grubs, and you want to probably apply a insecticide for the soil and for the lawn. And the same insecticide works for thrips too. So check the label again, and if you've got some damage, and the grubs are usually in the part of the lawn that's a little wetter and not as dried out, whereas the thrips are in that hottest part of the lawn. But go ahead.
Yeah, and they're getting kind of big, and they're getting past the point of control. So, strongly recommend doing it right now.
And yeah, that's right. Because once we get into, we're getting right close to the point when the grubs are not going to be feeding much, so they'll be hard to control by a insecticide. The other, what was I? I was trying to think of the
Well, I was going to mention also with this lovely rain that we've been experiencing, what we frequently see, particularly in St. Augustine lawns, is that you get a lot of new growth, but that new growth is often a light green or a pale yellow color. And so Calvin mentions in there that it's a great opportunity to get a chelated iron product out. A lot of times the roots and the blades are not in balance, and so one is going to be a little short with the iron, so you may want to apply that now.
Yeah, if you want, it'll eventually catch up. The roots will pull up enough iron that it'll green up that lawn. But if you want to speed up that process, go ahead and apply the one of those chelated. What is the name of that product that we generally?
We frequently in the past have had a high yield Iron Plus.
Iron Plus works pretty well, yeah.
And I don't recommend Ionite. It's not really formulated for the pH of our soils.
Well, it'll affect the lawn 2 years from now or 3 years.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, wow, there goes one of our beautiful Esperanzas with full of blooms, 2 feet tall. Gosh, they're
But anyway, yeah, so that was a good article. I really like this article here.
Really? I didn't think he liked. I thought he moaned and groaned, didn't he?
No, I didn't moan
being
and groan.
a lawn.
Well, I moan and groan because I usually have breakfast where I sit down and read it early on Saturday morning, and I did not do that. So I had to read it here and there and everywhere. So no, it's a good summary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and as we mentioned yesterday, make sure you assess your lawn situation in terms of the shade and all the process, so that you don't jump to conclusion and buy a whole new lawn when you don't have enough sun for it to support a lawn. Yep. And of course, we mentioned in the article, it's better to have the shade than it is to have an absolutely perfect lawn. Because with our 100-degree heat, shade is more useful than a perfect lawn.
It definitely is. Well, give us a call, 210-308-8867.
Alex is saying that because he's got long grass to mow.
Yes, I do. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. We have about 10 minutes in our show for this Sunday, so give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. So I have a couple items listed for sale that we didn't get to talk about today. We have Asian Jasmine in a 4-inch pot, regularly $199, on sale for $128. Liriopeas are on sale, regularly $8.99, on sale for $6.88. A large selection of Big Blue, Super Blue, Aztec Grass, and Silvery Sun Proof. Crepe myrtles are on sale. They're regularly $44.99. They're now 25% off. The Firecracker Ferns in a number 3, regularly $24.99, on sale 2 for $40. Texas Sage, which values to $149.99, now 15% off. And then a Texas Superstar Vitex in a number 3, regularly up to $34.99, now on sale 30% off. So a lot of great items for sale this weekend.
Plus, there's did you say the Vinca was on sale too?
The Vinca,
Cora Vinca?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, a lot of red and the white over there, and then the zinnia, the Zahara, and the other smaller selection too is available. They're not on the sale, but they're about $1.79 per container, and they do very well in the heat. Relatively small containers. In fact, a little easier to grow than the dreamland. The dreamland are beautiful, but they do have big leaves and big blooms, and require more water, more nutrients, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty excited. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to try those flame red, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're toying with us. They're tempting
Yeah.
us. They're saying, "Oh, we're not going to bud out until you buy us."
Lots of plumbagos still out there, and then of course lots of lantanas. Especially attractive are those new gold lantanas,
Yes.
full bloom.
We even have that white flowered. I want to say it looks a little like the new gold, but it's just white flower. Yeah, it's over there. I was like,
And
I kind of like it.
almost got a little creamy look to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not related to the new.
Well,
gold.
no. I think it is related, but it just in size and shape,
Yeah.
but not flower color. So yeah, it's white and white cream. Did you start to panic?
No, I didn't.
No, it flew right by you.
I mean, I saw it, but
Okay.
no.
Okay. We're having a visitation by a wasp.
Lots of tropical milkweeds here. If you
Oh yeah.
want them if you got most neighborhoods now are loaded with queen butterflies, and the other butterfly that is quite common in most neighborhoods is the fritillary, and the queens will lay their eggs on the tropical milkweed. Fritillaries will take advantage of the nectar, and even the hummingbirds like the nectar of the tropical milkweed. So they're out there. And in most years, the tropical milkweed will come back after the winter too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those that's the most capable of surviving the winter.
You know, I just wanted to shout out, talking about all the different butterflies and the host plants. Just a shout out to get that laminated butterfly that we have available. Laminated, I don't know, we got a folded butterfly, what would you call it? Identification?
Like an
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that sheet.
like a
Yeah, that is
trifold
true.
or envelope.
Yeah.
Do we have?
Yeah, but it's...
They got to replenish supply.
Yeah. I laughed because they probably have a whole box of them, a couple hundred. I was worried that they weren't going to have
Yeah.
any, and I think they restocked them all. And I highly encourage everybody to get one of those. It's Butterflies of Central Texas.
About $9, was it?
Yeah. And 60 different butterflies on it.
Yeah. Plus, they got a lot of good supplementary information on there.
Right.
Great photos, and then what else?
And then it has the scientific name, the wingspan, the host plant. And that's what I thought was really nice.
Where they lay their eggs.
Where they lay their eggs on this. So all the different plants. And a lot of butterflies are specific to one plant or another.
And of course, the classic is the monarch.
Yeah. The eastern swallowtail I always kind of like because, there's about 7 or 8 different trees I'll put it on. But, or is that tiger tail? I always forget which. I always have a problem. One's on citrus. Which one is that?
The giant swallowtail.
Giant swallowtail. Okay, so the eastern swallowtail.
The tiger swallowtail.
Tiger swallowtail.
Tiger is on the hackberries and everything around the.
See, I need him around to correct me.
Or you can go and get the...
Or you can go and get
the
the
pamphlet.
laminated sheet.
Yes.
Or folder. It's just perfect. So yeah, it has all different kinds of ones. It has birds and bees and bats.
They don't have a moth. Do they have a moth?
No, they don't have a
publication?
moth. No. And once again, the poor moths, always second class. Even though there are a lot more of them.
Oh gosh, 15 times as many species at least.
Talking about bees, they took over the skull caps in replacement of the hummingbirds that we've had around here. Those big, thick,
the bees,
thick black bees around here.
So, somebody told me what ones they were. They're solitary bee, and they like the Mexican heather. They like the skull caps.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do we see them on?
You see them on the that fern.
The Rucelia?
Yeah.
Or firecracker fern?
Firecracker fern.
Which is on sale.
It is.
Yeah, that's in my neighborhood, in my yard there.
Even on some of
really
these.
Attracted to it.
The petunia, the dwarf Katy. You see them occasionally on that. So, there are certain species that they really, really like. Oh, bat-faced kufia, that red kufia. That you see the bees on that quite often.
I've noticed our Texas sage at home gets a lot of bumblebee action too.
So what?
Our Texas sage at home gets a lot of bumblebee action.
And of course, at this moment in time, I'm trying to remember the colors that bees favor. Reds, not yellows.
No,
that's the thing. So reds, purples, blues, whites. And I think those are the colors that they favor. I may be wrong. I may be missing one, but yeah, I don't think yellow is on their spectrum.
Oh, they sure like the pink coral vine, the bees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just cover it. That's if you can put up with the coral vine, you don't mind it growing over your trellises, your fences, your trees, and your buildings. That certainly is a pollinator attractor. It just gets covered with bees, and then you get visits by the hummingbirds and visits by butterflies. The butterflies are kind of sneaking in and out all the time, trying to get some of the nectar.
So I see it there on the skullcap. Do you see it on the skullcap?
The bee.
The bees.
It is called a Sonoran bumblebee.
Sonoran?
Sonoran.
That one's a little different. That's not pure black.
Yeah. That's why I was informed of this bee on Friday, so I suddenly recalled it. Sonoran bumblebee.
How many do you think?
I'm like so used to big bumblebees, real big, real fuzzy.
Yeah.
This one's not as fuzzy, but it does have that yellow stripe with the black.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Calvin. I interrupted you.
No, I would just think how it'd be interesting to make a guess at how many different bee species we have just in the frontier of Milberger's, and all these blooms out there.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're inside a minute. I just want to thank everybody for listening this weekend. Hopefully you're staying cool in this warm, sunny weather.
So we might get a whole week without rain now?
A whole week without rain.
That's what it looks like. It looks like Friday or Saturday morning.
All right. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.
A whole week.
A whole week. Well, thank you for listening to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Alex Escobar with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. Have a great week. We will see you next Saturday.